We said earlier that we are going to talk about the wonderful city of Sharm el-Sheikh. We'll try to shed more light on its historical background and the most attractive destinations there. And we are joined here in the studio to talk about this interesting issue with Mrs. Amy Sarkis, founder of the initiative Truly Love Egypt. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Amy, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Just returned from Sharm el-Sheikh, by the way.
Oh,
it
wow.
was only yesterday morning.
Okay.
And I spent 2 days in that lovely place. But first, I know, but let's elaborate why it's Sharm el-Sheikh, why it's named about after this Sharm el-Sheikh. Sharm meaning bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is el-Sheikh? I don't know.
I'm not really sure, but it must be one of the Bedouins that used to live there, inhabit the place. Originally, it was a fisherman's village, with only 100 Bedouins, believe it or not. So I guess he was one of the Bedouins. I'm only guessing here. Okay.
It started not that long.
Well, some parts yes, some parts no. Well, in the 16th century, this was under Ottoman rule. That's when it became a significant port. But before that, yes, there was some history there with the Bedouins living there, right? But I just want to say something very important, that Sharm el-Sheikh, even though it's a beautiful place, it's one of the most beautiful places sorry, not one of the most beautiful places, but one of the beautiful places in Sinai. What's really interesting about it is also that it's close to other places like Nuweiba, Dahab, Taba, St. Catherine, so it's in a good area. Anyone who goes there can see all these different places.
It can be the center point to go anywhere, to many places.
Okay, so history. Very first history was, of course, Moses and the Exodus, as in most Sinai, right? But then, as I said, under Ottoman rule, in the 16th century, it became a significant port. In 1982, that's when Egyptian government started focusing on it a bit more as a tourism
destination.
Destination, exactly. And that's when they put the first infrastructure, not the first, when they expanded the infrastructure for tourism there, right? And then it just grew bigger from then. And as you know, now it's like a business center, business magnet. And it's nicknamed the City of Peace because of
This is my coming question to you.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Can we say why it is worldwide known as the City of Peace, and since when it carried this name?
Okay. It's basically because of the numerous peace conferences that they've had there.
Yes.
It's hosted so many conferences, but most of them were peace conferences. It's also hosted several economic forums.
Yes. Still hosting till now.
Yeah. Okay, and of course, one of the reasons why it's worldwide known is because of its international airport and the numerous 5-star hotels and the numerous things you can do there. So those are some of the reasons. Just very quickly, when it's best to go, I still haven't told you what you can do there, but when it's best to go and how to go. There are several ways you can go. It doesn't have to be the international airport only. You can go via Taba, and you can go, if you're in Cairo, you can go by coach from Turkmen terminal in Abbasiyah. So there are several ways you can go there. Right? It only takes 7 hours from Cairo by coach. Right, when it's best to go, October to April, that's the best time, but of course, any place in Sinai is great throughout the year, as far as I'm concerned, okay?
Yeah.
What can you do there? Believe it or not, even though it's a tiny place, it has several UNESCO preservations, right? So one of them is Ras Mohammed, of course, I'm sure you know that.
Protectorate,
yes. And it's been a protectorate since 1983. It's 480 kilometers square.
Yeah.
And it hosts several kinds of, I can tell you exactly how many actually, like 1,000 species of fish, 40 different kinds of starfish, 25 sea urchins, that's 25 species of sea urchins. So it has, plenty of sea creatures.
I met bridge divers only just 2 days ago, and they said that for 11 years they cannot skip a year without going to Sharm el-Sheikh for 2 times at least per year, especially for Ras Mohammed.
Right.
But those are professionals, of course. Let's talk about the ordinary human beings,
All right.
like
Great.
like
Yeah.
snorkeling in sea sports. I mean, what to do there?
Well, there are plenty of things to do. You can, as you said, you can snorkel, you can swim with the dolphins, you can go whale watching. There are plenty of things to do in the sea. You can go. You can use yachts. There are yachts. There are sailboats, speedboats, jet skis, everything. So everything you can imagine for the person who doesn't dive, right? But the interesting thing about Sharm el-Sheikh is that you can. And why they probably go diving there twice a year is because there are also wrecks that you can, there are people who like wreck diving. There are several wrecks there and at different depths. So, it doesn't matter if you're not that professional of a diver, you can still go and see some of them.
Or you have chronic sinusitis like I do.
All right, okay. And there is the Dunraven wreck. That's a really interesting one because it's got lots of legends around it. And that was in 1876 that it sank. And one of the legends says that the Lawrence of Arabia was on it. I don't know how true that is. It's just a legend. But yeah, there are so many things you can see.
Also, we have an interesting nightlife
Definitely.
there that you can tell us more about it.
Well, if you're a real nightlife person, there are bars, casinos, nightclubs, several restaurants.
Yes.
And I mean several restaurants by several kinds of cuisines as well, right? If you're, there with your loved one, like your other, right? Then you may want to go on a romantic yacht trip at night.
Yes.
There are plenty of things to do at night. You can also go to the mountains. You can have dinner there. You can go to St. Catherine's overnight, of course, with a tour guide.
So focusing on St. Catherine, I think can tourists go skiing in St. Catherine, or it's not ready for that?
Not as far as I know.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
But going back to the Sharm, you can, other than jet ski and stuff, I don't want to forget anything, because there are plenty of things to do. There are buggies, of course, that you can ride. You can go camel horse riding.
Safari.
Yeah, definitely, safaris.
Yeah, safari is something which is really beautiful. And by the way, I remember the very first time I met you, and it was also here.
Okay.
It was my good luck, of course.
Thank you.
You've given us some things handmade by the Bedouins, and was great.
Yeah.
Do you think that it differs from a place to the other when it comes to Bedouins?
No.
I mean, their culture, their way of life, whatever?
No, Sinai Bedouins are the same.
The same?
Right? Of course, they're different from the Western Desert Bedouins, but Sinai Bedouins are all the same. So the kinds of things that I showed you that day.
No, you've given me some.
Okay, yes, I don't remember. Okay, did you like them?
More than you can ever imagine.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. You'd find the same sorts of things in Sharm el-Sheikh, and that's the shopping part. Yeah, you can again buy the handmade stuff made by the Bedouins that I showed you last time. Other handmade things that are made all over Egypt, anywhere in Egypt. Yeah, you can buy them in Sharm el-Sheikh. Brands you can find in Sharm el-Sheikh. Of course, everyone knows Nama Bay is the place to be when it comes to shopping and nightlife, etc.
Yep.
So you'll find everything from brand names at like malls, etc., to like little shops that have handmade stuff. So yeah, you can find everything there. I just want to say a couple of things, if I may. There is an island called Tiran Island. Yeah, which is only like an hour away by boat, and that's on the Gulf of Aqaba, and that has another wreck called the Cormoran wreck, and it sank in 1984, and it has plenty of reefs around. I think, if I remember correctly, they have there are 5 reefs around there as well. What's again interesting is that even though you think of Sinai as one place, each reef has different kinds of fish than other reefs.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So the 5 reefs around Tiran Island have sea turtles, barracudas, for example. Yeah.
Barracudas?
Yeah, barracudas as well.
So do you think that Sharm el-Sheikh is will be interesting for kids?
Oh yeah, there are. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
There are water parks there.
Yes.
So that's
This is attractive
something
for
for
kids.
kids as well. But of course they have
Not
all
only
of the
for
other
kids,
stuff.
by the way. Not only for
Yes.
kids.
Yeah, exactly. The Tiran Island, on the island itself, there are threatened or endangered species of wildlife, like the Durkheim's gazelles. So if you really like nature and things like that, that's the place to go, definitely. There's also another protected area called Nabk, and that's 600 kilometers square, and it became a protected area in 1992. It has, like, it's a mountainous region, and it has this mangrove forest and 130 kinds of different kinds of plants, different animals and birds, etc. as well.
Let's face it. After the latest instance, we all know that the flow of tourists to Sharm el-Sheikh is a little bit affected, at least. Let's say it's just periodic, it's just a temporary phase. But there are many initiatives, even to take Egyptians to Sharm el-Sheikh. And those who did not visit Sharm el-Sheikh even for once, please do it. And those who had not got to Sharm el-Sheikh for such a long time, do it. I'd like you to send a message to the whole world and to the Egyptians.
Okay.
What they are going to have in Sharm. Is it fun? Is it to enjoy their time? Is it to meet new things? You know, a message.
Okay. Well, to Egyptians, I'd say not just Sharm el-Sheikh, okay, but to everywhere in Egypt, really. As an Egyptian, I like to know about my country, not just as knowledge, but also it's just, I think it's just silly if somebody asks me a question about my country and I don't know how to answer it. So definitely to Egyptians, please do see your country, every part, Sharm el-Sheikh included, and to non-Egyptians, I'd say, I think you should start taking a look at what we have in Egypt, Sharm el-Sheikh included, but everywhere in Egypt, because we have a lot more than pyramids, as our motto, you know, our motto in Terrestrial of Egypt, Egypt is not just pyramids and camels, we have a lot more than that. It's a lot more than Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh, Luxor and Aswan. Of course, everyone has to visit those places, but there are plenty of other places to see in Egypt. So Egypt is not the sort of country that you can, you know, come to for 2 weeks and then say, I've done Egypt, you know, it's done. And I'm sorry, you need months and months to see everything in Egypt. So that's my message to non-Egyptians and to Egyptians.
Okay. So do you think that Sharm el-Sheikh needs some developments and some developing to services, of its services, to attract more tourists?
I think Sharm el-Sheikh has plenty of those.
Yes.
What I believe they should be working on, and I hope they are working on it, is the security at the airport.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what needs to be done.
More than anything.
And to check everything else as well. You know, but as far as I know, Sharm el-Sheikh itself
I've
is
taken
secure.
my shoes in the airport.
Sorry?
Whenever it comes to security procedures, I've taken my shoes in the airport.
Okay, great.
I mean, it was very tight security procedures taken.
Good.
And as far also as I know that the ICAO is the International Civil Aviation Committee.
Okay.
It was here in Cairo International Airport from the 3rd of November to the 12th of November.
Excellent.
And we have passed this test.
Okay.
And they said in written report that security procedures implemented in Cairo Airport, and of course the security procedures implemented in Cairo are those implemented in all our airports, are meeting the international standards of security.
Okay.
I should add to what Shireen said, far from development. Is it propaganda? I mean, marketing for our places?
Definitely, and that's something that we've had problems with for, you know, hundreds of years now. Definitely, we don't promote Egypt well. As I said, you know, you ask anyone who's just seen what's in the media, not actually come to see the country itself, and they will tell you, you ask them what's in Egypt, they'll say Hurghada, Sharm el-Sheikh, Luxor and Aswan, the pyramids of Giza, that's it. But we have a lot more than that, you know that, yeah? So definitely it is promotion, but I'm glad that, you know, that information you just gave me, that's brilliant. So, because as I know, Sharm el-Sheikh itself is secure, you know, and so you've added the information that the airport is secure as well. Brilliant. So
also, I've just said that big international conferences usually take place in Sharm el-Sheikh, so I can expect that security measures there is great, are great. So, okay, Mrs. Amy Sarkis, founder of the initiative Terrestrial of Egypt, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Next time, would you please try to give us some information about Wadi Rayyan and about Al Fayoum in specific and about the
Sure.
whales there?
Sure.
You know,
Yes.
2 million
But I thought
years
we-
ago, there were whales walking on the ground.
Yes,
And
that's true.
the skeleton
But I
was
believe, yeah, but I believe I did Fayoum before. For you
not
guys.
Wadi Rayyan. Not Wadi Rayyan. Maybe Al Fayoum,
No,
but not Wadi
Fayoum, yeah,
Rayyan.
not Wadi Rayyan,
Not
yeah.
Wadi Rayyan.
Okay.
So, okay. Let's talk about Wadi Rayyan next time,
Okay,
inshallah.
just Wadi Rayyan only. You sure?
It's going to be great because I know some details there which I'm
Okay.
going to discuss with you.
Ah, okay.
Promise?
Nice. Okay, fine. That's fine. All right.
Well, dear viewers, by this we come to the end of this very special episode of our breakfast show. My name is Nermeen Abdurrahman and I had all the pleasure to have with me my dear colleague Shireen Adil.
Thank you, Gina.
Shireen, thank you.
And see you tomorrow with the new crew. And Shina Adil, Nermeen Abdurrahman signing off.